Hi everybody, it's Hannah. I'm one of the founding members of Dreambakes and we make gorgeous gourmet desserts, cakes and confectionery. And I thought it might be quite fun is if I make sort of a little mini series looking at classic films that we've all seen and we've all loved, and then looking at the role that food plays and what the food actually looks like in these films. I thought that might be quite fun, a bit of a different take on things. So the first one that I'm going to start off with is Beauty and the Beast, old versus new. And I had a little look. The main time that food really appears is obviously during the Be Our Guest song. And the old one, I'll tackle that one first. The things that she has, mainly the sweet ones, there's the pudding en flambe, which it's turned into a savoury thing with fish in the new one, I don't really know why. And there are loads of multi-layered cakes. They're very cartoon looking cakes. If you were going to ask a child to draw a cake, that's probably pretty much what they'd draw, except for I don't think they have a cherry on the top. I think if I was a child drawing a cake, I'd put a cherry on. And then there's a jelly that Cogsworth got stuck in. There was a pie with pastry on the top, and that was pretty much it. Everything was very cartoony, which, big surprise, it's a cartoon. But yeah, everything. It was more sort of an afterthought, I would have said. Like I'm very sorry if there was thought put into it, but it didn't look as though there was. In comparison to the new film, the food is a lot better thought out. It looks less cartoony, which again, like, I know it shouldn't be a big surprise because this is CGI and things have kind of moved on, so they're allowed to be a bit more creative. But yeah, the food was again a similar sort of theme. So the main thing that I could see, because I've not been to watch the film, I've only watched it once. So the main thing that I picked up was, again, they had all these like multi-layered cakes, sort of maybe five or six different layers, sort of wedding cake style. But they were done a lot more intricately. There was sort of a lot more gold. There were kind of swags of things and little roses. That was pretty much it. I can't remember too many other things that Belle encountered in that were sweet. So yeah, that's kind of what the food looks like. And yeah, they could have sort of, I thought it would have been a nice touch because they are meant to be in France. If they had maybe more typical French desserts in the new one, that might have been quite a nice nod. Like, say, I don't know, like a marquise or a Saint-Honoré or something like that. That would have been quite a sweet touch, because I mean, like, I know the castle is still isolated and everything, but it is still France, and they've got like such a huge tradition of amazing patisserie there. So again, like I kind of thought, what role does the food play and how does it feature? And oh, the only other thing is she meets the baker at the beginning. I don't know his name. I know he talks to somebody called Marie, but I can't remember his name. So she talks to him, and there's maybe some bread there, but that's it as far as food appearing goes. So my questions are, why is there so much food laying around the castle that's already made? Like, I know the servants sort of, they don't have much to do, so maybe they're just making it to pass the time. But again, at the end of the day or whenever, they just have to throw it away. So that's like, well, to me, that's almost as painful as like having to make, like, to have it all go to waste is just very, very upsetting to me. And I wonder, like, they maybe could have done like a pastry chef sort of character in this one. That would have been quite cool. I know that there's the oven, I don't really know what to call him. The oven plays a role, but he kind of does, like, when he's looking inside his pans and whatnot, he's doing all the savoury things. So yeah, pastry chef character might have been an interesting addition. Probably not a necessary addition, but as far as I'm concerned, it would have been quite cool. And do enchanted objects need food? Is my question, because the beast, obviously, like, you see him eating, so he obviously needs food, but they're technically like furniture with eyes, so do the servants need to eat? Not sure about that. My other question is, you see Belle in the original film, and near the end of the Be Our Guest song, she's kind of like going like this with the some desserts and stuff. That's where you see some more desserts. And yeah, the sort of cake stands and stuff are jumping around and dancing around. So how many servants does the beast have that the cake stands and the serving dishes and the wine bottles are animated? I don't know. I know there's a massive suspension of disbelief and magic and everything, but yeah, that does kind of bug me. So what I thought is the food, the whole Be Our Guest sequence is the first time where Belle is sort of shown loads of generosity towards her, pretty much in the whole film except for obviously Maurice and their relationship. But yeah, it's because just before the Be Our Guest sequence, she refuses to, in both films, she refuses to go to the dinner with the beast, and he says if she doesn't eat with me, then she doesn't eat at all, and she can starve. So she comes out of her room, and then they launch into the whole Be Our Guest sequence, and it's really the first time there's any sort of kindness and generosity shown to her in that castle. And the whole, like, the sequence is very bright. There's lots of sort of yellows and pinks and like blues and things like that. And it's a big contrast to the dark greys and the purples of the castle that we'd seen before. There were some sort of softer touches in her room, but she was still like technically a prisoner in there. So yeah, and to me it kind of shows that maybe this is probably a bit of a reach, but you know, the whole sequence, it shows that there's some hidden depths and kindness and generosity inside such a dark and foreboding place as the castle. So allegory for the beast, obviously. Again, maybe a bit of a reach, but you know. What I think would be quite interesting, I thought of this earlier, and I might not be the first person to have ever thought of this, but I came of it of, like I didn't sort of see it anywhere. So, what I thought would be really interesting, and I know that there'd be a lot of uproar from fans if they did do this, is if they changed the mood and the lighting and the tone of Be Our Guest. It could be a really cool kind of torturing type song, like getting Belle to rock bottom kind of thing, because you know, she must be hungry. She's gone through all of this. She's lost her father in the same day, and yet she still doesn't eat. She doesn't eat. Like, she's had sort of like little dabs of things, and I think in the new film they accidentally, but they keep pulling her food away from her and stopping her eating and stuff. So I think it would be really interesting if they turn that into a song where they're sort of showing her like, oh, here's all these nice things that you could have had, and here's, like, think of all this food, if only you could be nice to like, if you could get along with the beast and stuff like that. And I know that she, like, the servants and everything, they've got no agenda, like, they've got no reason to behave like that. But I think it would be quite cool, just to kind of twist it on its head and make it really dark and really, yeah, getting it to like a really, really low point. I think that would be really good. I don't know. What do you think? So my thoughts is I'm gonna tackle a few more films like this. Some obvious, some not so obvious. But if you've got any ideas of films with food in, particularly desserts, that you think would be really good for me to review, then just leave a comment. If you like the video, then subscribe, and also like the video. Click the little notification button to get notifications of when my next video is up. And but yeah, this was really fun, so I'm definitely going to do this again. Let me know your thoughts. Would it be cool to have sort of a more depressing, torturous Be Our Guest? I'd be interested to know your thoughts on that. Alright, take care, I'll see you soon, bye.